I don't know if this day will ever come where we could use a platform to express our thoughts freely and not be worried about having our voices cut and still have as wide or even wider reach than YouTube. And I'm not talking about these old apps that try to profess to be great and, whatever apps of old. I remember when D Live was a thing, DTube, you know, you had the likes of Float, BitChute, Library, Odyssey, and all that. They don't have as wide reach as YouTube. YouTube, when you kick a knowledge, or when you're speaking something real true, or when you're just talking some kind of gibberish and nonsense, if they find whatever you talking about in violation of their terms of service, they cut in your voice. So everybody who feels like they have a channel on YouTube and it's their channel and their platform and this and that and this, if you can't call the shots, you don't own it. If you have to deal with YouTube by begging them to get your channel back in however shape or form, you don't own it. Ownership. It's about quality over nonsense. Sandy B, the dude in the building. What's going on? He says, "What up, fam? What up, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope this day is bringing you nothing but blessings and gains. And to all the viewers who catch this live, may you receive nothing but blessings and gains of epic proportions, you know, because that's the type of time I'm always on. Even when folks think I'm not, that's the type of time I'm always on, you know. You know. Shout out to the supporters too. Shout out to the people who have nothing but goodwill out there in this community, who always try to put their best foot forward, you know, help one another, help each other out, and not try to tear people down and share and spread misinformation and do get involved with felonious activities. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to the good people in the community, because we know there are bad apples out there. Shout out to the good people. Sometimes you have to, like the children say, the youth always talk about giving people their flowers before they pass away. You know, you got to respect the energy of the youth, man. They represent the future. We have to acknowledge the good, acknowledge the great in people, celebrate the greatness in people, right? Because life is beautiful, but it's also messy, and things can always go a different way at any moment. So we always have to appreciate the great things that are presented to us in life, man. Like this crypto thing right here, this cryptocurrency space, and it's a blessing just to exist, just to even exist. Having crypto, having the ability to utilize it as we see fit. Yeah, we have regulatory bodies that are trying to, you know, attach their fangs and claws into our illustrious, glorious bags, present and to be, is because this space exists so that people at the bottom of the pyramid or at the bottom of the totem pole or at the bottom of the economic strata, whatever you want to call it, can achieve some form of gains. There is absolutely no perfect system out there. You know why I say that? Because if you were to suggest that there's a perfect system, if anyone were to suggest and emphatically stand on some type of idea that they believe is a perfect system, that would suggest and imply that they are perfect. Do we not see an issue with that? If anybody can identify something that's perfect that exists out here, and especially in crypto, that would suggest that whoever can identify something perfect, it comes from a perfect place. And I don't know any human being in truth who's perfect. Come on, son. What we doing? In other words, don't mind the noise pollution. This is ridiculous, but it's reality. You see how messy it is? I'm trying to really build with the people, build with the audience. And I get distracted and bombarded by blaring ambulance noise. You know, such is life. There is no perfection in what man creates, man. You could achieve, you could strive for it, but at least towards your goal to completion and striving for the best, you're adopting things that are of quality and quantity. You engage in quality activities, right? And interactions with people that are of quality. You're eating the best foods that you can be, that your meager amount of funds can provide. Because I'm on a super tight budget, but in my mind and in my body, I'm a trillionaire squared. And I have to be that for my children. I have to allow my children to believe that while my feet are planted in the ground and I teach them certain real things about life, that my head is also in the sky, and in my mind, I'm a trillionaire squared in spirit. Because on our way to strive for success, we can expect nothing less than the best ideas, the best thoughts, the best activities that represent our thoughts. Because if we do the opposite, we won't succeed. The best way we can. We make a mistake. You understood that you were getting some fees from a liquidity pool. You thought you were getting some fees from a liquidity pool. Too bad. You find out you're not. But guess what? Not only does life go on, but you were given an explanation of why the fees that you were not getting from the liquidity pool, you weren't getting. And what was happening to those fees? They were getting burned. They were getting burned. You understand? If you were farming, you didn't get hit as bad. You didn't get hit as bad. If you were providing liquidity, you know, hey, I hear you. But the man was decent enough to at least issue some kind of announcement. I mean, that's quality. That's some kind of quality over the nonsense, over pretending like it didn't happen at all. We ask for things, and we get mad when we get them because we like to think that this is all about being transparent. Well, we love to talk about, oh, transparency. We make up words, suffix, transparencyation, transparency r, all kinds of transparent. You see right through everything. You can see everything. But sometimes you don't really want to see everything because what you're seeing can be ugly. Like a bug was discovered, but it's okay. The truth lends a great deal of transparency when you speak the truth, but people don't like to hear it, including myself. Why? Because it's ugly. It's not as sexy and alluring and attractive as a lie can be. You know what I mean? But I embrace it because at least it'll lend some form of freedom. Oh, I don't have to believe that I'm getting fees anymore. Oh, and you saying I have an option whether to keep my bread in there or wait for you to come out with something that's supposed to be better, and I can move my bread and put it there. Oh, oh, for real. Oh, but if you're in the farm, you all around, you pretty much you're not really affected like that if you were farming. Oh, that's quality over nonsense. That's quality. Okay, okay. You're doing some quality management. You managing, troubleshooting, right? We conducting some. Well, not we, because I'm not. All I do is talk. I talk crap. But I see that there's some damage controlling that's taking place. There's some damage control that's taking place because you see, we asked for being transparent. We asked for that. We asked for decentralization, not knowing the brevity, right? How far and the gravity of how deep that can go. Decentralization. We asked for that. That's what we're asking for. That means every time and anyone at any point can interact with whatever's available that's decentralized. Even people who you do not F with. Everyone. It's open to everything. You got to deal with it. This is what we asked for. We got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. We can't pretend like, oh, decentralization, but, no. I think today we're not going to allow this group of people to deal. No, that's not decentralized. You can't do that. That's called what? That's called what we call that? It's gatekeeping nonsense. It's nonsense. It's not quality. What are you ingesting today? Good information? Are you ingesting some salacious, hellacious gossip that's not helping you accrue dividends, interest, yield, reward? Then what are you doing this for? You know how great it feels when you're doing next to nothing and you're receiving everything you deserve? You know how great it feels when you're doing you don't have to do next to anything and you're receiving everything you deserve. That's why you can choose to sit on your laurels with your head and nose up high. And if you like drinking tea with your pinky game up in the air, possibly with a ring to exemplify some type of underworld gangster, mob, don, godfather figure, you can do that. Puffing on this brown stick. You can do that because you allowed yourself to participate, not even allowed yourself to participate. You ingratiated all the quality that you deserve. That's there for you. That's there to work for you on your behalf. I'm not personally waiting for, I appreciate these announcements. I appreciate them. I appreciate how things are flowing, yo. I appreciate how things are flowing from the man who allowed many people, not even allowed, who created something that people believed in, that allowed them to become rich. I don't mind seeing Richie Rich tweet. Tweet as much as you can, as much as you like, because you don't work for anyone. You created Hex that allowed many people to become rich. Many people in crypto can't say the same. So I don't give a F about anybody's perspective on anything. Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. Don't even listen to me. Why are you listening to an old man with gray hairs all over his body talk crap? What are we doing? Like, please, don't take my word for it. I just like to talk about things that are indicative in life that apply to me and all of us, whether we want to accept it or not. How you live, how you think, what you believe will be reflected around you. You know, you believe everything in crypto is bad, that maybe there's other things that you might believe that's also bad, which is what your life reflects. Because everything in crypto isn't bad. It's not about the crypto that's bad, it's the people who do bad things with the crypto. What about the people that do good things with the crypto? Celebrate that. But that's not exciting enough. But it should be, because that's what quality is always about. You don't want to reach a certain point in your life where you reflecting and you're like, I was once a part of this community and they had such noble ideals. They were able to grab the bull by the horns and achieve massive, and I mean massive success. And I just sat there and let it go. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that girl. Wishing you could turn back the hands of time to now and seize the moment that's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person who's stuck in their sort of like these mental puzzles that you keep trying to solve that does not allow you to break free so that you can give something else a chance. I'm not saying you can't be successful in investing in stocks and mutual funds and real estate and your own business. But like I just told you, this thing affords you an opportunity where you could do very little, next to nothing, and receive consistent rewards on a regular basis while you kicking your feet up on some type of foreign crafted type table, not even vehicle. You're on a table, you somewhere remote that no one can even pronounce. and you watching exotic animals just whizzing by you while you with your partner or you with quality people planning on what's the next adventure going to be about. And why you could do that? Because you invited quality into your life. You invited quality into your life, and so much so that your thoughts exemplify quality. Your words match what you're thinking, and ultimately your actions support everything that you're thinking and saying and doing. It's just what it is. It's just what's going on here. There's a lot of poison that's out here within the community. There will be continuous, the poison will not go away. Unfortunately, you could look at it like this: the community represents a human body, right? Human bodies constantly growing, transforming, right? And then when there are ailments, the ailments have to be treated consistently, constantly, right? If you ingest something that's not healthy for you or your whole organism, you start to fight it so it could be withdrawn, eradicated, right? That's how you have to treat some of these things because, like I said to you, not necessarily to anyone specifically, but like I've said in the past, everyone is going to, not even everyone, but many people are going to want to have what you have because what you have and what you own is of quality. So many people not only are going to want to have it, they're going to do everything in their power to take it. They're going to do everything in their power to convince you that you don't deserve it. And you might even believe them and make it easy for them by relinquishing everything you work so hard to obtain right now. And that's what has happened. That is what has happened, people. That is what has happened. That is what is continuing to happen. And I'm sharing this with you to see, like, yeah, you could say that, you can say whatever you want to say about me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You know, I'm flawed. You know, I have shortcomings and limitations like anybody else. But I have a hard time not sharing certain information that might lend somebody some perspective on certain things that are going on. If you have a question, maybe if some I said might have just made, answered something for you, or maybe not, or raise another question for you. Who knows? But I wouldn't be who I am if I just kept my mouth shut. You see the noise. You see when you speak in it. You see what I'm saying. You see, they're in a rush to go nowhere, folks. There is a line of cars right here. They're in a rush to go nowhere fast. That's the nature of the urban metropolis, you know. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm gonna just read through the chat real quick. As always, yes, for sure, for sure, for sure. This is Crypto Khalil. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome, greetings to you. Just finished listening to Lesbian about an hour ago. Your words are very, very right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your viewership and the kind words. You know, I know man, I can't help but be who I am, man. I know I'm unfiltered. It's just I've been called a lot of things in my life. Ask me if it really matters. If I know I'm trying to do the right thing to help people, it is what it is. It's gonna. My onboard just got scared. My onboard got scared because they're listening to people in the in this very same community telling them that it's RIP for Hex on Ethereum. Like I don't like y'all, the manipulation, the mental manipulation, the psychological grip and oppressive nature of these idiots, these fools, these selfish beings under the guise of trying to protect newbies who are being onboarded into the community. They're trying to say that, you know, it's better to lead them to Pulse Chain and then steer them to Hex on Ethereum. Let them decide on their own, man. And it's funny because, again, if my onboard were to, he has every right to do whatever he wants with his crypto. But if you're asking me, should you nuke your 15-year stake? I'm asking you, what's the reason? And then when I break down how nonsensical and of ill quality your reasoning is, don't be mad at me, my G. If you nuke your 15, understand that Hex is not even 15 years old. Cryptocurrency, as far as Bitcoin, is not even 15 years old. And you're nuking your 15-year stake because you heard some funny people, and I say funny as in strange, not funny as in comedic. Some funny people tell you that it's RIP for Hex on Ethereum. And that the fees will be too expensive. And that it's better to Pulse Chain and Pulse Chain this and Pulse Chain that. But they're not thinking about why you even created a 15-year stake on Ethereum. It's about their own selfish needs. It's about the agendas that they have that they want to roll out onto the shoulders and onto the misery, onto the fears that they create from their audience, from people who are unsuspecting, people who are naive, emotionally and psychologically fragile. Because not everyone has strong hands. Not everyone understands fully what this crypto thing is, much less Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, T-shares, staking, ICOSA, Hedron, all these operations. This is very intimidating. This is scary for a lot of people. They can't handle it. And when you have these folks that take advantage, because that's all they've done, because that's, for me, as the time goes by, I'm looking at it, I'm like, they're just trying to manipulate the market so it can serve their needs. They're not helping the community. Because if a person, again, nukes their 15-year stake, if you started your 15 joints in year one or the first day of Hex, we're 3.5 years later. How many days is that? That's not even a full 7 years. That's not even a full, that's a quarter, give or take, of the 15 years. You're seeing next to nothing. You're nuking your whole joint. For who? For what? And again, who's going to pay you the difference of what you lost? Not these fools and clowns that have been telling you that it's rest in peace for Hex on Ethereum. We have to use our mind and use our head and know how to discern between the truth and those who are imposters, who pretend to be down for the cause, who pretend to understand what this is all about. How could you be a staker and really talk that RIP to Hex on Ethereum talk? Come on, man. Le Dani Amor. Love your content. Thanks so much for your efforts in this. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Salute. Click the 50-second, 60-second portion of it. Posted it on Twitter. Couldn't find your handle, though, to tag. Look, man, it's all good. I don't own this. I don't even own my own thoughts. That's the creator's fault. You know what I'm saying? I put that on the creator. I don't own my own thoughts, but I know in this type of reality, I have to be accountable with what I say and what I do. But in truth, I really don't own what I think. So, in other words, because you shared that with me, I have no problems with you clipping it. And my thing is the same thing. The crypto wonder on Twitter. You know, I'm about to drop that podcast thing because that thing is just like whatever, man. It's the Crypto Wonder Show. It's the crypto. It's me. It's just me all around. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you could clip. I don't know what you clipped though, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. That's all good. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Ernie Savage in the building. Top of the day. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Jay, everything. Salute, man. Salute. Jay, everything. You ever heard of Jay Electronica? Jay Electronica. I think Exhibit C by Jay Electronica has to be one of my favorite joints by him. Sandy B, the dude with the fire emojis, Hexile DJ, salute, salute, salute. Le Danny Amor. This community is awesome. Everything is stay strong and focus on the goals. Analyze why secure the long term. 100%. Secure the long term future. 100%. 100%. Because who else is going to do it? Who else? You know? Like we creating our own 401ks, 403b, Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, pensions, retirement plans. We're creating our own. And that needs to be celebrated. I'm telling you, man, it needs to be celebrated. That's what we're doing. Even though what we do is wrong, wrong, wrong. Yeah, I gotta play that joint, man. Even though what we do is wrong. No, I'm not saying what we're doing is wrong. What we're doing is fantastic. It's of quality. It's fire. It's great. It's relative. It's very important. I'm singing a song, if you don't mind. No, but I want to hear the truth too, though. I want to hear the Beanie Siegel, the truth. The truth. Folks don't know about the truth. They do, but they're afraid to admit it. It's about sometimes we have to sit back and have an ugly conversation with ourselves. I learned that from an old friend of mine who became a hypocrite and a betrayal person. Person betrayed me. Very smart too, very giving person, but they ended up betraying me, and that was the lesson that I learned. You can learn even from your own enemies, right? Um, Sometimes you have to have an ugly conversation of things that you just are not comfortable dealing with, right? But that's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's why sometimes we see things like there's services like therapy or some kind of clinical, services that are provided to people who are in need of these things because it's real. It's real. A lot of us live in denial. We're living in denial. Look, we're dealing with the ramifications, the residuals from being on lockdown. None of us can escape the fact that the whole world was on lockdown 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Hard body, locked down. You know, and you can't pretend like we didn't go through that. That's something that's jarring. That I'm still looking forward to see what the results studies are going to show on how we were impacted by this because we're still living through it. I'm still personally living through that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. It's just a thing of like we were trained. We were mentally shut down, like locked down. Just because you live in a mansion, don't mean that mansion to become your prison. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't just shake that off. Why do you think solitary confinement in the penal system is so punitive? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't to that degree that severe, but in a sense it was because you lose your mind, you lose everything too. You know? You know? Your body could be free, you could be out in society, but your mind is gone. You're a prisoner of your own mind. And that is not a very high quality type of life to live. You know, take absolutely nothing for granted. I can't take anything for granted. I can't. I can't. This is what crypto taught me during this COVID thing, right? People making money hand over fist because the government was paying people to stay at the lab, stay at the crib, cutting checks left and right, right? You got your little stimmy allowance, you know. You got your little paycheck protection program. You got your idle loan. I get none of those things because I had to work. It's crazy. I still had to work. I haven't taken a vacation since 2019. Facts. So I'm a little bit short-sighted on certain things when people just try to like cry and whimper and whine about certain things, man. That's why I always come off as if I'm ranting all the time. It's because shit is real. Super real. Super, super, super real. And then when it comes with your money and your time and your quality of life, no, those things can't be compromised at all. Those things can't be compromised. Mm-mm. Pay attention to those folks that talk to you with forked tongues. Pay attention to them. I tell you like that for real. You know, pay attention because they're in the community. They're in this community because you find everything good and bad in every community. So this is no different. Pay attention to them, yo. And I say that not to necessarily spread fear. It's about awareness. It's about awareness. Don't think for a second that our bags, these bags, are gonna stay the same at these prices by way of the U.S. dollar. Don't think that these prices are gonna stay the same. No, sir. No, sir. Might go low, might go a lot higher, but we're expecting a whole lot higher if you want to keep it real within the next few years because these things were destined and designed, not even, destined to, they were designed and developed to do multiple thousands of X's. So, hey, all you got to do is be patient to see it. Like, for real. That's what you have to do. Be patient to see it. Kenny Wood, salute. Hex Edits, Hex Edits, 369. Salute, salute, salute. You gotta be patient, folks. Don't let people and their strategies become your strategy. Because everybody's plan is not necessarily your plan. I like to talk years. I like to talk about, I'm talking about not even this bull market. I'm talking about the bull market that's coming after 2028 Bitcoin halving. I'm talking about that time. That time is really going to be vanglorious. But so for some people, they need something right now. Right now, they need something today. And it's no hate. It's just reality. Shout out to y'all. Just don't misinform the people. Don't misinform the people, man. You know, folks are bored, so they want to do certain things. They want to engage in certain activity to make money every day. That's fine. That's fine. But when you get the transparency that there was a bug discovered in the liquidity pool, be happy it was discovered now. Be happy that bug was discovered now and not a year or 2 years later. Huh. Hmm. Get it out the way. You know, that's about it, folks. That's about it. Good people, remain vigilant, embrace quality over the nonsense. Like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you all on the next one. Peace.